Hello my friends and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the Pelikan M1000 Renaissance Brown. This is a recent release. I got this from Applebaum and shout out to them, they actually shipped this very quickly. I did have a pre-order with another supplier as well, but they were taking their time, so I canceled it and went through Applebaum. I did also get this golden lapis, which is the color of the year, but as usual they're very nicely packaged, the Applebaum pens. It looks very pretty. It's like marbled brown color. The gold accents actually make it look that much more beautiful. The usual Pelikan beak. One chick. Feels like many of the other Pelikan M1000s. So if I close my eyes, I'd probably not be able to tell the difference. Piston mechanism is the same, super smooth, like any other M1000 you take out of the box. They do a very good job with their piston mechanism. And uncapping this Pelikan, usually they're about a turn. This is less than a turn. So if I start here, 45 minutes of turning. This does look semi-transparent through. You can see that it's somewhat transparent. It's not fully transparent. You can still, if you go to the body of the pen, see under intense light, you can still tell the ink level if you hold it up to a bright light, but it's not as easy as the usual old transparent barrels that you could see much easier. Nonetheless, you can tell the ink level if you look for it. I opted for the extra fine nib. I have the medium, broad, fine, extra fine, and oblique medium. Out of all of those, I prefer the extra fine because that's the finest that I can get, but the best nib out of all of these is actually their fine nib. The fine nib on M1000 is very hard to beat. It's the best nib on M1000 in terms of pure writing pleasure. If you just want to sit down and do some doodling, the nib is unscrewable like any other modern Pelikan nib. And I did examine the tines here under microscope. They seem fine out of the box. One problem I've had over time with M1000 nibs is that if you have a heavier hand on them, they will get out of alignment rather easily. And then you can still bring them back to alignment, but it's not the same and it's not easy to bring them back into alignment. So that is the physical attributes of the pen. In terms of handling it, it's like any other M1000. Very comfortable to hold. It's probably one of the best pens in terms of holding comfort. For me, this is the M1000. The M800 is also very nice, but for me this is the better size. So I do enjoy writing with the M1000 very much. My ink today is going to be the Faber-Castell Midnight Blue. The Midnight Blue I put in this Peniter inkwell, travel inkwell. This is my favorite inkwell because you can fill it with 10 milliliters of ink, and you can take this through the TSA, and you can use up to the last drop of ink out of your bottle. So just dip it in here, give it a little tug upside down. I have a lot of confidence that this is not going to spill. Straight upside down. So this pen is ready to go. Why don't we do a writing sample and see what my thoughts are on this beautiful new Renaissance Brown M1000. So there we go with unboxing and writing sample of this beautiful Souveran M1000. This is a special edition for this year, of course. The question that remains is whether or not this is worth the premium that you pay over the regular M1000. First of all, I must say that this color, despite being very, very nice, I would say it is prettier than the regular plain black M1000. So I would definitely take this over the plain M1000 unless you're into plainness of the M1000. It is attractive. From distance, it has a very nice look to it. However, there's many other pens that have come with this pattern, and reminds me of some of the Esterbrook, some of the Conklins. So it kind of looks at this point kind of like a basic pattern at this point. What conflicts me is that this is a special edition and it is sold at a premium, yet the M1000 with green stripes to me looks a lot more attractive, and actually like this, the looks of this a lot more compared to the Renaissance Brown. So what I would recommend is that if I were to start with my first M1000, I would not go for the Renaissance Brown. I'd go straight to the M1000 with green stripes. This is a more memorable design, beautiful color, and very stereotypical of Pelikan pens, the green stripes. I would definitely take this over the Renaissance Brown. Now the price difference is not very much. I'm looking at the Apple website right now, and they have the regular M1000 for $700.97 American. That's the green stripes, and they have the Renaissance Brown for $737.86. So the premium is not that much, but the looks of the green stripes is a lot better to me. Better yet, if you can find the Stressima, the gray and black, it's even a better looking pen. It's much more subdued in terms of their colors, but this pen unfortunately is not available on the market easily, and when it is, it sells about $1,000 plus US. So this is not really in competition with these two. So between these three that are available in the market, I would definitely pick this one first and pick the Renaissance Brown second and the black one third. Those are my recommendations. The nibs on these pens are pretty much identical, so you can exchange the nibs between them. I have broad, extra fine, and fine. The smoothest nib in an M1000 is on the fine nib. That's the one with most pleasurable writing. The extra fine is great. It works well, never gives you a hiccup. And I've written with probably 8 or 10 of the extra fine nibs on M1000. Never really had a hiccup. They do feel slightly less smooth compared to the fine. The broad nib is great when it works. You sometimes need to adjust it and tune it so that it does not give you the baby bottom. It does have some hard starting out of the box, but I fixed this, so it's not that difficult to fix. If you like the broad nibs, this is definitely not a bad decision. So those are my impressions, and if you have any questions, please do let me know. Otherwise, I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.